Here, yeah, we live. We live. Where we at? Where we at with it? Yes, yes, indeed. You know I had to come and do what I got to do. Still bring y'all a little bit of content. You know what I mean? That's where we at. What's going on? Salute to everyone in the chat. Indeed, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to take it very brief this evening, but I want to welcome everybody for joining us here on another episode of Roll the Tape. I'm just excited to be here this evening. You know, come on in. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say about the viewership. The viewership is what? Increasing how much? Exponentially. And I welcome you all. Come on in. Come on. You know you don't have to dust your feet off when you come in my house. You don't have to ring the doorbell either. Wanna know why? Door already unlocked. Door already open because I welcome you. Come on in. Yes, indeed. Salute to everybody in the chat acknowledging me. Salute, salute. Yes, we're gonna have a small little brief dialogue this evening. Y'all see who on the screen right now. Lemonchenko is on the screen right now. Y'all know what's about to happen May 20th with him and Devin Haney. Y'all know what's about to happen. We're gonna talk about that a little bit this evening. Yes, indeed. Yo, can y'all hear me though? It's a lot of going on, behind where I'm at, but I want to make sure I deliver content. You know, no excuses. I made a commitment on Friday evenings, as much as I can. Make sure I provide y'all with exclusive content, making sure we have human interaction. Yes, indeed. Yo, can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure the audio is clear. Can everyone hear me? Can somebody in the chat tell me if you all can hear me or not? Please. Just doing an audio check real quick. All right. My guy, Educated Jab, say we hear you. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I see the viewership increasing exponentially. Yes, Lucid Dreamer. I'm glad that you are here joining us this evening. And so I appreciate your viewership this evening in the chat. Salute to everyone. Y'all see who on the screen. Y'all know what we talking about tonight. Y'all know why we here. Yes, indeed. We're here to talk boxing this evening. I'm excited about it. I am absolutely excited about it. Salute to everyone in the chat. Man, y'all be showing Manager Marty so much love. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I didn't get on YouTube to be famous. Because like I tell y'all all the time, and I'll tell you all again, I don't do this for the looks. I don't do this for the likes. I do this for the licks. You dig? Yes, indeed. I welcome all of my subscribers who are here. If you're joining us live for the first time, I want to tell you that you are in the right place. And I'll tell you why you're in the right place. It's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm better than anyone. That's not why. It's because you are going to learn something about the sport and business of boxing that you possibly did not know before you encountered this channel. And if only one person can learn something, only one, it only takes one, that learns something that you did not know, I promise you, I'm satisfied. I want to make sure I get these super chats real quick. My guy, Jay Reddy, always, always supporting the channel. Salute to you, Jay Reddy. I got your Cash App as well, Jay. So I want to say thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always viewing the content and even supporting us through our live viewership and our live broadcast. Thank you so much, Jay Reddy. Appreciate you. I want to acknowledge my guy, Matthew Thomas. Salute. Matthew, you have been a day one supporter just like Jay Reddy, and I appreciate your contribution that you have made this evening and throughout the duration of uh, my tenure here on YouTube. Thank you so much, Matthew. Says, yo, something going on with the chat, but I'm here. Thank you for your support and viewership, Matt. I don't know what's going on with the chat, but y'all know how YouTube gets sometimes. Lucky, what's up, man? Y'all know how they get sometimes, and it's all right. You know why? Because in boxing, you got to do what? Roll with the punches, right? So we take the good with the good, the bad with the bad. No complaints here. I'm just excited to be here with you all this evening. And I wanted to acknowledge somebody in the chat, something that came across the screen. I just wanted to make sure I find this. I'm trying to find it. Let me see something here. Here you go. YZV. Y'all see this? Talk about rolling with the punches and taking the good with the good and bad with the bad. YZ4. YZ4 says, Manager Marty the Scammer. I don't know who I scammed, um, but I'm sure YZ4, whoever you are, because you don't have your name up here, nor do you have a picture. So whoever you are, I'm sure you don't have any evidence that I scammed anyone on YouTube. But I appreciate your viewership, YZ4. I appreciate it, and I welcome you. And the reason why I put that up on the screen is so that that can be a segue into me welcoming my detractors. I welcome you. Welcoming my haters. I welcome you. And welcoming the trolls. I welcome you as the viewership is increasing again exponentially. So I just wanted to go ahead and give YZ4 a little airtime because that's what he came over here for, or she came over here for a little attention. And so I wanted to oblige you this evening. And so we're going to talk some boxing this evening. That's what we're going to do. How's everybody week been going? Everybody's been doing good this week. Y'all know it's about to come up in about a minute. We're about to do our town watch check-in. And YZ4, you're more than welcome to join us. Because I'm sure this is not your first time encountering the channel. And so you're more than welcome to join us. Any troll, you're welcome to join us as well. We want to basically be able to represent where we're from. And let me tell you this, because I think this is as equally as important. The reason why we do town watch check-ins is because we identify the city, state, island, or country that we represent, whether we were born and raised there or we reside there now. Why? Because it goes to show you that I have been saying this over and over again, and I'll say it again right now, that we all have at least one thing in common, and that is we love the sport of boxing. No matter where we're from, no matter where we are, we all share that one thing in common in the sport of boxing. So without further ado, now that I have been confirmed that the chat is fine, I would like to welcome everyone in the chat. Let's do our town watch check-in. If this is your first time joining us, our town watch check-in is very simple. You just go in the chat and then you identify if you feel led to. You don't have to, it's not mandatory. But I acknowledge all of the representations of where you are from or where you are at. So let's start it off right. I'll start it off. Uh, First, y'all know where I'm from, born and raised from Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Mississippi. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, by way of my representation of me residing in the DFW area. Texas, stand up. Philly, stand up. Y'all know I always represent. And as we say in Texas, which they taught me the lingo, already, already. So come on in the chat, drop your location as far as what city, state, island, or country you want to represent. I started it off. Now it's on you all. Talk to us in the chat. Jay Reddy already represented by saying he representing Cincinnati. So we got Cincinnati in the house. We got Cola, South Carolina in the house. Who else? Where we at? Where we at? Man, we got Green Acres, Florida in the house. Who else? Come on. I know y'all in the building. I see the numbers. I see the viewership and the numbers increasing exponentially. So I know you're in here. So come on and let's support each other. Represent Jacksonville, Florida in the building. The Peach State is in the building. St. Louis, Missouri's in the building. Tulsa, Oklahoma is in the building. Merrillville, Indiana is in the building. Peanut City, Suffolk, Virginia. I got family in Suffolk in the building. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got to start this live off right. Already, Lancaster, Texas is in the house. ATL in the house by way of the Windy City, Chi-Town, Chicago in the building. Yes, indeed. That's right. Come on in the chat. Salute to my guy, my day one of Mike Harrison. What's up, Mike? I see you. Yes, indeed. Let's support where we from. Let's represent. Let's represent. We doing our town watch check-in. I know how we do. I know how we do. We got New Orleans in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me give y'all some human interaction, man. I know how we do. Let me give y'all some human interaction. I got to give y'all some human. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Give y'all some human interaction. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Who else we got? Muncie, Indiana in the building. Yes, yes. Listen, don't matter where you at, no matter where you from, we all have come together from all walks of life. And we have one thing in common, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. We got one thing in common, and that is what? We love the sport of boxing. To all of my new viewers that's just joining us, we are taking just a few brief moments to do what is very customary on this channel in the preliminary of our live broadcast, and that is what I like to call our town watch check-in. Okay? Town watch check-in. Seattle in the building. I'm not at home, y'all. Everybody asking me in the chat where I'm at. I'm not home. Yes, indeed. So we do our town watch check-in, so that we all can identify where we from or where we are representing. You know what it does? It shows everybody all across the world when they tune into this live broadcast that we are all representing different parts of the earth, and we still can come together and talk about a sport that we all love so dearly, and that is the great sport of boxing. So what else? What else we got? We got a few more. We got a few more seconds. I know you in the chat. Come on and identify where you from. Let's do our town watch check-in real quick before we move right along. Yes, indeed. Y'all see what they telling y'all to do in the chat? Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got another representative of Oklahoma in the building. I see you in the chat. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, indeed. Yes. Oh, I was saying this before I lost my train of thought. Follow the instructions of the chat. The chat, people in the chat telling y'all, hit the like button. Smash the like button. Hit the like button. When y'all hit the like button, the education and entertainment, it reverberates all across the world. You know what I mean? So, oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited to be here this evening. We're going to talk some boxing real quick. You know, I've been watching what's been going on. Um, I wasn't going to do the live this evening, but you know what? I would have been remiss if I would have not done a live this evening because I did have the time to do it. And I'm not going to keep you all long, but I'm just glad to be in your presence, that we're fellowshipping as a boxing family. Virginia's in the house, 804. I see y'all. Come on, where you at? Where you at? We still on our town watch. We about to stop in a minute. And while we have you all in the chat, um, still doing our brief town watch check-in, right? Let me share this with you all. Um, uh, uh, um, I've been talking to some people. I'm going to put it together as the promoter. I'm gonna put it together. It's definitely gonna get put together. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Some of you, this might be your first time viewing, and I welcome you. But most of you who are returning viewers, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Huh? I'm talking about the YouTube boxing community fight fest. Oh yes, Jackson, Mississippi, in the building. Salute. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it together, and I need the participation of all of the content creators in the YouTube boxing community, all of the subscribers, all of boxing fans. We're going to put it all together. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about me facilitating and organizing a YouTube boxing community amateur boxing fest where it'll be YouTuber versus YouTuber, content creator versus content creator. And we'll decide what city and state will have it. And I want to do this annually. I want to make this like the Super Bowl of YouTube boxing. Now, I'm saying this out loud, but I know that someone else might beat me to the punch, or they might try to hijack the idea. And this is where you all come in at. That we're going to, the Keji, stop, man. You talking about some Bud fans versus Spence fans. We don't want the fans of Spence to fight Bud fans. We want Spence to fight Bud. That's what we want. We want Bud to fight Spence. We don't want the fans to fight each other. I think it's good and entertaining. But I want to have it a YouTuber versus YouTuber. Only when I say YouTuber, let me be clear. Once again, I'm talking about uh, YouTube boxing community content creators versus content creators. It's something light, nothing heavy. 3 rounds, amateur boxing. 16-ounce gloves on. Protective cup and gear. Head gear. You know what I mean? Something light. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. No, I'm promoting. No, I'm not gonna be the referee. I'm gonna be the promoter. I'm gonna be the promoter. I'm not gonna referee. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna get back in the ring unless it's like, let me stop. Never know. Never say never. But my intentions is to promote, you know, and we're talking about in the near future. So I need your feedback. Every time I do a live, I'm going to announce it. You know, um, Hopefully we get um, the YouTube boxing community to be galvanized by this event. I know that the other content creators, they've been on YouTube, of course, as we know, longer than me. We know I'm the YouTube rookie, but I want to come in and do something different that's never been done before. We can have it televised on a smaller platform. We all can eat. We all can make a couple dollars out of it. We all can sell tickets. Do what the regular boxers do. Make this like a celebrity boxing event, but it's not more so celebrity boxing. It's more so content creator versus content creator. What y'all think about that idea, though? Let me know in the chat if you're watching the replay of this live. Let me know in the live comment section below. What do y'all think about the idea? And we're only restricting it for content creator versus content creator in the YouTube boxing streets, as y'all call it. YouTube boxing streets. So like not like one, YouTuber that's talking about another niche. No, just boxing. It don't matter how small, medium, or large your boxing channel is. All are welcome to participate. But tell me what y'all think about that. I mean, look, we're already talking about boxing. We're already, reporting on things that's happening in the boxing community. If you really think about this, right? Think about this. No other platform in the world reports on boxing as consistently and consecutively as YouTube. No other platform. No, no other platform. ESPN might talk about it. Showtime might talk about it. The Zone might talk about boxing. But here's the thing. It's not like every single day as much as it is 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year on YouTube, because those platforms promote boxing like when fights are being announced and when fights are about to happen. So that's why I'm saying to the YouTube boxing community, the YouTube boxing community is the largest platform when it comes to reporting boxing news and reporting on boxing events, all type of stuff. So why not use the platform to get in the ring and fight each other? We already talking about boxing anyway. We're already, embedded. Most of us are embedded more than others in the sport. You know what I mean? Anybody else want to drop their town watch before we move on? Town watch check-in. Town watch check-in. I see the viewership slowly but surely climbing up there. Come on in. I welcome all of you. Tell me what y'all think in the chat real quick. I want to know, because see, it's one thing to talk about boxing, but it's another thing to get in the ring and actually box. A little amateur boxing, man. This is nothing egregious. This is amateur boxing. 3 rounds. Tampa Bay in the building. I see you. Yeah, 3 rounds. Protective cup, protective headgear, uh, bigger size gloves. You know what I mean? And we get in the ring and just get it in the near future. And this is every year. Salute to everybody in the chat. I see you. Salute, blessings to you, Diana. I see you. She's a member of the channel, so I have to always acknowledge all of the members of this channel. I'm going to put the link in the description if you want to join as a member of the channel. Exclusive content and other perks that's only designated to members of the actual channel. Okay? But tell me what y'all think about that real quick before we move on. What y'all think about us doing a boxing content creator versus boxing content creator amateur boxing event in the near future? Yeah, you know, live event. We can move around. We can move around the country with it. We don't have to be in one location. We can move around the country with it. But tell me what y'all think real quick in the chat and in the comment section below. What y'all think about it? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I see y'all in the chat. From Tassie, Australia, is in the building. Tassie, Australia. See, I told y'all, people from all walks of life, all across the world, tune into this channel and learn. And I love it. I love when people are learning about the business and sport of boxing. Everybody likes the idea from what I'm seeing so far in the chat. So yeah, let's keep talking about it. Let's keep reaching out to other content creators and let's get their thoughts. And let's get whether or not they think it's doable. I think it's feasible. I think it can be done. And here's the thing: most content creators, 713 in the building. I see you. Most content creators are already monetized. So this is content that we can continue to press and promote on our channels to continue to, uh, draw revenue to the channels. And the fans are going to support it. The subscribers and viewers are going to support it. I think that if we do it right, and me as the promoter is my responsibility to promote it right, pick up the phone, make some phone calls, and get the right people behind us, because I can do that. And then let's get this thing cracking. It's never been done before, so let's make history. Uh, let's make history. Um, moving right along. Did everybody see? My goodness. Did everybody see? Did everybody see Devin Haney and Lomachenko's press conference? Did everybody see that? Come on, man, chill, Billy. Hey, Billy, chill, Billy. Hey, Billy, I see you trying to start something, Billy. Come on, Billy. See what you're trying to do, Billy. Hey, I'm just a promoter, man. I'm just trying to promote the event, Billy. Okay? That's all I want to do, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Listen. Did y'all see? Yeah, I still got it. Bang, bang. Still got it. Did y'all see Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, that press conference? What y'all think about that? I seen a little bit of it. I didn't really get all in depth. All in depth, but it's the first one. Stop playing, Billy. I see what Billy talking about. Still got it. Yeah, I'm Southpaw too. Put that out there real quick. Yeah, I'm Southpaw, man. Yes, indeed. But listen, man, I don't want to get back in the ring. I told you I'm promoting the fights, man. Let's get back to this. See, y'all trying to take me off. We talking about Devin. Devin Haney. Cash threw me off. But listen, we're talking about Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Did y'all see that press conference? Speaking of that, I just want to say this real because I think this is equally as important, right? Now, Bob Arum, I think this, I ain't gonna say nothing. I think somebody recognized me because this person keep walking past and they keep staring at me. I don't know if they're gonna say something to me or not, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, Bob Arum said something in the interview, and I can't remember who. I don't know if it was from Fight Hype or Fight Hub or who interviewed. Well, one of them, the larger platforms interviewed Bob, right? And Bob Arum said that they're trying to make it more affordable for people to purchase pay-per-views, and that's the reason why Devin Haney and Lomachenko's pay-per-view on ESPN Plus is $59.99 or $69.99, one or the other. I can't remember if he said $59.99 or $69.99. Did y'all see that interview? Where he said that? Because this is my thing. Whether it's $59.99 or $69.99, this is my thing, right? Oh, $59. Okay, I see you, Big Money. Thank you, Big Money. Big Money said $59.99. Right. Here's my thing about that, right? And the reason why Bob Arum said that is because, number one, don't forget, he is a promoter. Number two, you know that he's trying to bird poop on PBC and Showtime. And number three, he's promoting the fight to make it more appealing and affordable for the viewers. And I respect that. What I don't respect is trying to demean and discredit someone else to promote yourself or your brand. It's not necessary. And I have a question about that, right? Here's the thing. My question is this. How much was the pay-per-view when Devin Haney fought Kambosos? Do anybody know? It was on ESPN Plus. How much was the pay-per-view? How much was that pay-per-view? Do anybody know? If you're watching the replay of this live, feel free to comment. You are also welcome to engage in this live broadcast. Does anyone know, or can anyone do research if you don't know, how much it cost on ESPN Plus when Devin Haney fought um, Kambosos. Somebody said it was free. I think the first fight may have been on regular ESPN, but I think the second fight was ESPN Plus. Don't quote me on that. If somebody can look that up, that'll be really great. I looked it up earlier. And it said ESPN Plus for the second fight. I'm not sure about the first fight. I can't remember. Well, anyway, all right. So, okay, cool. Does any so everybody's saying it's free in the chat. So let me ask you this question. Then. Does anyone know? Does anyone know how much it cost when Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter on ESPN Plus? Does anyone know? Chi-Town's finest. Salute to you as well. Does anyone know? Okay, Jeff said it was $59.95 for Terrence Crawford versus um, Terrence Crawford versus uh, 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 um, dang, I lost my train of thought. Sean Porter. Either two pay-per-views, if somebody can give us the answer on that. So the first question was Devin Haney's first. Oh, so Cash is saying that this is Devin Haney's first pay-per-view. I thought it was on ESPN Plus the second time he fought him. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so since I'm wrong, let's move on to another question. Okay, so I was right. All right, thank you, Big Money, for confirming that. So it was $59.95 for Haney versus Kambosos 2. So I was correct. Okay, great. Does anyone know how much it costs? Now that we got that clarified, does anyone else know how much it costs for the Terrence Bud Crawford versus Sean Porter fight on ESPN Plus? Does anyone know? Terrence Crawford versus Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter was $69.99. I figured that. So $69.99 for Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter, and then $59.95 for Devin Haney versus Kambosos, his second fight. Okay, and what about this fight now? This fight that's coming up between Devin Haney and Lomachenko. How much is that going to cost? Is that $59.95 as well? Because I think Bob Arum said either $59.99 or $69.99. I just want to make sure if anyone knows. So Bud versus Porter, Crawford versus Porter was $69.95, and Devin Haney versus Kambosos, the second fight, was $59.99, and now $59.99 again for the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight, right? All right, somebody's saying $54.99. All right, so okay, so basically what I'm getting at is it's between $55 and $60 for the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight. And it was no more than $70 when Crawford fought um, Sean Porter. Does anyone know how much it cost on ESPN Plus? Because I believe it was cross-marketed with Fox when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder. Did anybody know? I think that was the second fight. Could be second and the third fight. But does anybody know what the price point was on ESPN Plus? All right, so $59.99. All right, so it's $59.99 for the Haney versus Lomachenko right now. $59.99. All right, I got you, Big Billo. Got you. Okay. What about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder? How much was that on ESPN Plus? Anyone know? The reason why I'm asking these questions, right, is because basically ESPN Plus, they have the same price points or similar price points every time someone from Top Rank fights. Fury versus Wilder was $79.99. Great, great, great. So basically, what that shows us is that it's based on the demand. I always make sure that I acknowledge content creators when they're in the chat. So salute to you, Dub, right side. Welcome to the channel again, brother. Thank you for that information. So look at the demand now. I want to show y'all this because this is important. So Wilder versus Tyson Fury was $79.99, according to people in the chat. Haney versus Kambosos the second time was $54.99 from what I saw in the chat. Terrence Bud Crawford versus Sean Porter was about $69.99, which is what was confirmed in the chat. And right now, Devin Haney against Lomachenko is $59.99, right? So the reason why those price points are like that is based on the demand, okay? It's based on the demand, number one, and it's based on the budget. It's based on the budget. I mean, look at Wilder. He's a cash cow on his side of the fence. So, of course, it's going to be a minimum of about $79.99 with him fighting a Fury on his side of the fence. That's good pricing, good price point. My point in saying that is Bob Arum made the statement as if they're doing viewers a favor. Oh, we're making it as cheap as possible, so we're doing the viewers a favor. No, it's about the demand and it's about the budget. So let's keep it all the way real, because if that's the case, then every ESPN Plus fight would be at the same price no matter what. Go look at Showtime. They pay-per-view price is basically at the same price no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? Salute to all of those who are just joining the channel. You're just getting onto the live broadcast. I welcome you, trolls included. My point is, we know that Bob Arum is making it seem like charging fans money is an issue. And it's not. You get what you pay for. And let's look at the difference between, let's say, David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Because word on the street from Bob Arum, he says that they didn't sell no more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys in that same interview where he talked about the price differentials. And so my point is that, you know, when you look at what the card was looking like on Showtime with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, that whole card was match made greatly. That was a really good card. And in my personal opinion, me personally, I got my money's worth for the $74.99 that I paid for to uh, watch the fight, all the fights with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant as the main event. You look at this card, no disrespect to Virgil Ortiz, who was scheduled to be on the card, on the undercard of the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight, but that's like comparing oranges and apples. We know that that card over there, that David Benavidez and Caleb Plant was headlining, is a way better card, a way stacked card, a way more competitive and entertaining card than this one coming up. Now, this is not me trying to diminish the card or diminish the fighters that's competing on the card. The point is that Bob Arum used logistics to prove his point that this is why, you know, he's not charging more than $60 to basically, you know, have Lomachenko fight Haney, when the truth of the matter is, it's all about the demand, and it's all about the demand first, and it's all about the budget. And let's keep it all the way 100. Devin Haney and Lomachenko, they were fully aware that they were going to fight. As long as Devin Haney signed a 3-fight deal, they knew they were going to fight Lomachenko anyway. That's just the bottom line. So it's nothing wrong with charging, but you get what you pay for. If you go to McDonald's and you ask for a cheeseburger, whatever their price is, you're going to get the quality of what you pay for. If you go to Fat Burger, they're going to charge you their price and you get what you pay for. If you go to one of my favorite burger spots in Texas, uh, Dallas and Arlington, it's Whataburger. You go there, you're going to get the quality of what you pay for, and it's no different on pay-per-view. You're going to get the quality of fights that you pay for, and that's why the cards look different. And let me tell you something. I believe that the Devin Haney Lomachenko card is going to be an entertaining card. You want to know why? Because of matchmaking. And who's the matchmaker over there? My guy, Hall of Famer Brad Goodman. So Brad know what he's doing. He gonna put it all together. You know, Brad Goodman is the guy who don't even get credit, but he should deserve all the credit because if it wasn't for Brad Goodman in Top Rank, we wouldn't be talking about Terrence Bud Crawford right now. And that's facts. Why? Because Terrence Bud Crawford wouldn't be the WBO welterweight champion of the world, nor would he have been undisputed and unified in the 140 division. But that's all about great matchmaking. So I wanted to clarify that so that you all can understand, as the live viewership is increasing exponentially. I think that it wouldn't be a disappointment if Devin Haney was fighting Lomachenko on regular ESPN. I don't think anybody would be disappointed. Uh, just my personal opinion. It's going to be a good fight while it lasts. And I think Devin Haney's going to basically just win the fight. Just my opinion. I think it's going to be entertaining, though. I don't think that Lomachenko is a walk in the park. They're going to get it on. But I got Devin Haney definitely winning that fight against Lomachenko. But, hey, we can't do no complaining because all of these years previous to this year, there were fights that were not entertaining and there were fights that wasn't on pay-per-view that we wanted to see. And now we're getting the fights that we want to see. January started it off with consistent, consecutive boxing. January started it off with Tank Davis and Hector Garcia. And then Boots was on the undercard as the co-main event. And then Rashidi Ellis was on the card as well. That was a good card. You know, February, we were expecting the return of Adrian Broner. March, we got uh, Tim Tszyu against Tony Harrison. Then we got Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. We got a Fundora coming up. We got Tank versus Ryan Garcia. Man, this is what boxing is made of. This is like boxing in the old days. Every month you saw some great uh, boxing matches on television, whether you had to pay for pay-per-view or not. Bottom line is we're getting, as fans, we are getting what um, we demand. So we had a great year so far, and we only a quarter of the way in the year. Now, speaking of quarter of the way in the year, there's some things that we have been hearing. I don't know what's true and what's not, but we've been hearing that word on the street is, you know, that Terrence Crawford is going to fight Errol Spence Jr., right? We've been hearing that. And so one of the things that I noticed a while ago, but I was waiting to see what was going to happen, if the fight was going to be announced or not, was when Terrence Bud Crawford tweeted, and y'all seen this tweet before, most of you, S expletive, be crazy how y'all just assume something and then just wrong with it. I don't know if he was referring to the fight that was being assumed between him and Errol Spence or not, but all I know is that we're hearing that they're going to be fighting in June, on June 17th. Then we're hearing, as of what, today or yesterday, that Crawford is not going to be fighting Spence, but Spence is going to be fighting Thurman on June 17th. Did y'all hear that? Let's engage about that in the chat if we can. Did y'all hear anything about that? That Crawford was not going to be fighting Spence, but Spence was going to be fighting Keith Thurman on June 17th? Anybody in the chat? Did y'all hear the new news? Let's talk about that real quick as, as the viewership is coming right in. I welcome all of you live and living color here on the Road to Tape podcast with manager Marty. I welcome all of you. Thank you for your viewership. I thank you all for your contribution to the channel. Feel free to refresh the super chat because I'm hearing that we're having some difficulties with the super chat. If somebody can refresh the super chat, I'd be very appreciative so we can give everyone an opportunity to be a blessing and contribute to this channel, which is greatly appreciated. Can someone please refresh the super chat if you may? I see one person, well, two people say that they've heard news that Crawford is not going to be fighting Spence on June 17th, but now that Spence will be taking on um, Keith Thurman on June 17th. What is your take on that in the chat? If you're watching the live broadcast and the replay of this live, feel free to comment in the comment section below. I love engagement and feedback from viewers. What do y'all think about that? Thank you, Diana, for your contribution and refreshing the super chat. I really appreciate you, Queen. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Mr. Brock Howard says, roll the tape. Thank you for your contribution, Brock, and always supporting this channel. And thank you for your viewership as well. Thank you, Brock. Appreciate you, man. What do y'all think about that? So I see somebody said in the chat that they like the Thurman fight. My question is this. Is Terrence Crawford going to fight Spence? I mean, what's the holdup, y'all? We just want to know what take. I haven't seen anybody negotiate this long when two fighters want to fight. What's going on? What's happening here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Somebody talk to me. Somebody let me know. We need answers. People in the chat are saying that they're fine with Spence versus Thurman. I'm fine with it too. I'm fine with Spence versus Thurman. But I mean, if I had a choice, I would like to see Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Now, people in the chat telling me that they've lost interest a long time ago in that fight. I think people are either telling us the truth about the fight possibly materializing, or people are just walking us down the primrose path. You know what I mean? We shall see. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We're gonna find out. I'm just trying to see if this fight is actually going to happen or not, man. We got to see what's going on. I really, I really hope that we're not being misled. I really hope that we're not being led astray. I really hope that we're not being boozled. I really hope that we're not being run amok, in the words of the great Malcolm X, about this fight. Greg Williams says this is another delay to age Crawford out. Wow. You know what, Cash? That's what I was about to say. You took the words out of my mouth. I was trying to walk everybody through it, but you beat me to the punch. So let's see if we can talk about that. Manager Marty, what happened with the WBO purse bid for Crawford versus Rocha? I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I don't know, Cash. I'll tell you this much. If it was a fight that Bud thought that he can win, man, he would have jumped all over the Spence fight in a heartbeat. Believe me when I tell you that. In a heartbeat. I don't know what the move is. I don't know what's going on. Man, we gotta see what's going on with this thing here. Can everybody hear me? My phone had timed out for a second. Check, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can everybody hear me? Can somebody in the chat let me know if y'all can hear me or not? All right, good. Thank you, Diana. All right, yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this Rocha versus Crawford fight, but all we know is, thank you, educated Jad. Appreciate it. All we know is we got Crawford negotiating with at least one entity, which is Golden Boy Promotions. I can't confirm or deny whether he was negotiating with Spence or not because I don't go by hearsay. Y'all know everything Manager Marty here got to be verified. They got to verify that with me. Yeah, that has to be verified. And my thing is, what is the negotiations about? If they are negotiating, you know, look at Dub 100. What you talking about, Dub 100? I need to give Bud a percentage of my channel. Let me put this on the screen. Yeah. What you mean by that, Dub? Dub 100. What you mean by that? I need to give Bud a percentage of my channel since ratings go up when his name is used. What you mean by that, Dub 100? I'm confused here, Dub. Let me ask you a question on that, Dub. Since you're not gonna answer that question. Let me ask you this question, Dub 100. Am I the only YouTube channel mentioning Terrence Bud Crawford's name, sir? I just want to know. Just a yes or no. Am I the only YouTube channel mentioning Terrence Bud Crawford's name? I just wanted to know. That was a question for Dub 100. I just wanted to know. But while we waiting on Dub 100 real quick, I'ma salute my guy Toon. Toon has always contributed to the channel. So I want to say thank you, Toon, for your contribution and salute. Thank you for always tuning in and viewing. And Toon says this: how is it when it's Bud in talks about fighting Rocha, it's crickets. But when Spence in talks to fight a former champion in Thurman, quote unquote, he's aging Bud out. These Bud fans really annoy me, man. Well, I'm going to leave that comment up there for a little bit because maybe somebody can answer that question. Because I think that's a very legitimate question, if you ask me to. Dub 100. Dub 100 did respond and say, no, I say that to all y'all who use his name negatively. I don't know how I use his name negatively, Dub, especially this evening on this live. But since you said that, Dub, how about you answer this question that Toon asked on the screen? That would be great for us to engage while we're in the chat tonight. Dub 100. Toon asked the question that's on the screen, if you can see, Dub. How is it when it's Bud and talks about fighting Rocha, it's crickets. But when Spencer talks to fight a former champion in Thurman, quote unquote, he's aging Bud out. These Bud fans really annoy me, man. So yeah. Toon said y'all can at me with the answers. I appreciate that, Toon. Let me let them see that. So Y'all can engage on that. Y'all can air fry on that. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, indeed. Just we need answers. That's all I'm saying. We need answers. Um, that's all we need. We just need answers. We want to see the best fight the best. That's all it is. That's all we talking about right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate that, Diana. Yeah, nobody's speaking negatively on Bud. See, when you speak negatively on somebody, you give your opinions. You give insulting and defamatory remarks. You give inflammatory remarks as well. I didn't do that to Bud Crawford. Not once. Not tonight, and not nowhere else on my channel. I just keep it all the way 100, dog. That's all we do on this channel. We tell the truth and keep it real on this channel. We tell it like it is. We roll the tape. That's why the name of this segment in the podcast is called Roll the Tape. That's what we do. You know what I mean? We just rolling the tape. That's all. Because I didn't hear an outcry or an outpouring of disappointment when the WBO sent that mandatory email to Crawford's representation and Bud and Roach's representation. I didn't hear too much of an outpouring of disappointment from major Bud fans. That's all I'm saying. I didn't hear the major Terrence Bud Crawford fans speak out against that fight or make any public waves on it. I didn't hear it. I'm not saying that you haven't. I'm just saying I haven't heard it. You know what I mean? Yes, yes, yes. All right. Man, I love talking about boxing. I can do this all day. Hey, I had a question for everybody. If you joined the channel on Tuesday evening, let me show my face. Let me get this off here. Get this off here so y'all can see. So y'all can see what's going on. Yeah. If you was on the channel, even in the replay of the live, if you were on the channel on Tuesday evening, did you all recall learning one thing? I wanted to make sure that I was clear on educating you all as the viewing public. I mentioned the red tape and the blue tape um, by the inspectors that represent the commission that are placed on the wrist area of the gloves of each fighter. Y'all remember me talking about that? Did you all learn anything about that? You all recall that? Just want to make sure we refresh to make sure we're learning something. On top of course, entertainment. Do y'all remember that? Anybody that was here on Tuesday evening on the live broadcast? Do you remember the pay-per-view? Do you remember the pay-per-view structure that I was referring to as well on Tuesday evening when I broke that down? Y'all remember that? Just want to make sure we all learning. You know what I mean? Oh, who Israel's in the building? Hey, who Israel? Oh my God, Deep Town Boxing. My family is in the building. We all in the house tonight. Hey, who Israel? I've been asking for the last 70 plus days. What are the numbers for the Bud Crawford versus Ebenezer pay-per-view buys? What are the numbers? Can somebody tell us the numbers? But before y'all tell us the numbers, if you know, just wanted to do a refresh on Tuesday evening as I was educating the viewing public about the red tape and the blue tape and what that represents when fighters wear it on the outside of their gloves in a boxing match. Did you all learn that? You all remember that? And what about when I talked about the pay-per-view structure? Did y'all remember any of the things I shared just Tuesday evening? I just want to make sure I refresh the education value of what we do on this channel. I just want to know that. And while we're getting those answers, I need the numbers. What are the pay-per-view numbers? of the David Ebenezer versus Terrence Crawford fight. I'm still trying to figure the numbers out. We haven't heard anything yet. Oh my God, Aaron H. Muhammad is in the chat. Salute to you, my guy, Aaron. You know, I mean, we keep hearing people talk about that the David Benavidez and the Caleb Plant fight did no more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. But I haven't heard nobody speak on the David Ebenezer versus Terrence Crawford numbers. Now, everybody, somebody in this, somebody in the chat said no more than 6,000 pay-per-view buys. Mr. Vegas, I forgot where you was from, Mr. Vegas. You dropped your location. I can't remember where you from, Mr. Vegas. But Mr. Vegas said 879. Wait, 879. I guess 879 pay-per-view buys. Wow. I would assume they did a little more than that, Mr. Vegas. H-Town, there you go. H-Town in the building. I'm just trying to figure out what's the numbers. Because people be talking. Look, watch this. When Tank Davis fought Hector Garcia, right? And I've heard other boxing YouTube channels talk about this as well. Talk about that Rick Glacier and other people were saying that Tank Davis and Hector Garcia did no more than 61,000 pay-per-view buys. And then now we're hearing that David Benavidez and Caleb Plant only did no more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. It's amazing how everybody can pinpoint the pay-per-view buys and numbers from the PBC or Showtime side. But when it's time to look at numbers from their side of the fence, or even just David Ebenezer versus Terrence Crawford numbers, we still don't know the numbers. And I even asked the other guy who's close to BLK Prime, and we still haven't heard anything yet. You know what I'm about to start doing? I'm gonna do a live one day, right? Excuse me. Salute to Carl Brown. Carl Brown, you famous, Carl. Carl, you famous, Carl. You know that? Carl know why I'm saying that. You know, but you know what I'm gonna do one day on a live if I don't. Yo, man, I'm gonna give them. Man, somebody got 20 more days, man. If we don't get the number in 20 more days, that's a total of 90 something days that I've been asking for those numbers. If we don't get the legitimate numbers in 20 days, I'm gonna just probably go on live, right? And just walk on the street and just ask random people that don't even watch boxing. I'm going to just be random people. They probably don't even know Terrence Crawford or David Ebenezer. But even if they do, I'm going to ask anyway. I'm going to say, excuse me, do you know how many pay-per-view buys that David Ebenezer versus Terrence Crawford generated? Just random people, not paid advertisers or nothing. Just random people, just to make entertainment of it. Because we need answers. And I'm going to tell you why it's helpful. Because Terrence Crawford can use that information in the secret negotiations with Errol Spence Jr. You know, he can use that information. You know, if he did a good job selling, he can use that and say, "Look, my last pay-per-view, I did X amount of buys, and I got paid 10 million." He can use both of those elements to bring himself more leverage. That's what I'm saying, you know. But if it didn't happen, like not making $10 million or not doing well in the pay-per-view buys category, what is there to negotiate right now? Why is these negotiations taking, extremely too long? I see the viewership increasing exponentially, and I welcome all of you. Man, people walking past don't even know I'm doing a live right now. But I don't care where I'm at, I love talking about boxing. This is great stuff, y'all. I'm having a good time this evening. There's no leverage. So if there's no leverage, what are we renegotiating about? If I was the manager, you're going to get the same numbers we offered you the last time. And matter of fact, when we look at your numbers of your last pay-per-view, if they're not satisfactory, you're going to get less than what we offer you the first time. That's how that's going to go down. But you know, it's business. It ain't nothing personal. And it's nothing personal. It's just business. Yes, yes. Let's talk some boxing this evening. Who that? The boy Sid? Hey Sid, this my man Sid. I don't know you like that, Sid, but I seen the last time you was on here, Sid. You was a Crawford fan, right, Sid? Yeah, Sid was talking real crazy about. Yeah, he was on that panel. I remember you, Sid. What's going on with you, Sid? I see you in the chat, brother. Thank you for your viewership this evening. Yes, indeed. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Listen now, you got to speak to people when they, you know what I mean? Yes. Yes, indeed, fellas. When the lady's looking, just speak. Just say hi and just keep it moving. That's all you got to do. Stay out of trouble. Listen, let's get back to boxing. D-Town, what's good, D? Oh, man, I'm about to drop that link real quick. Yeah, I'm about to drop that link, man. I see everybody in the chat, man. All the heavy hitters is here. Let's see if we can get some engagement this evening. You know, I love engagement. We can get some engagement this evening. Yes, indeed. I know what time it is, man. We ain't scared to show face around here. My bull, man, my homie in here too. My main man, Pots and Pans in the building. Salute, WCS. Y'all go check out his content, man. WCS got some fire content. Good videos. Salute to you, Scotty. Y'all know the link in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm just saying it's more leverage though. That's all I'm saying. He can use it as more leverage, you know, at the negotiation table. You can say, look, I did 190,000 in my last. I did 250,000 in my last. I did 300. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Who coming on? Carl Brown? Let's let Carl on for. Carl, what's good with you, champ?
What's good, bro? Yo,
Man,
is, is you
I'm
is
good,
you
man. I
talk
ain't making no noise. What's good?
is you talking about what I think you talk about
What's
about to
that?
send a
What?
message
Oh man,
about to
huh?
send a message about yo send that message.
You said somebody sent me a message.
No, hold up. Let me cut the TV down and shit.
While you doing that, let me salute my man, Big Money, Walt Daddy Ice. Thank you for your
Hold
viewership
up.
as always. Big Money always in the chat. Thank you for your contribution too, Big Money. Big Money says, is it possible that Bud is only interested in negotiating a contract when he's the A side? That's a really good question. I
Oh,
think
that
he's
is a
so
good question.
Yeah, I think he's accustomed to being the A side because he was locked in with a promoter. So he may be accustomed to being the A side because he understands that when you are the A side and you're locked into a contract with a promoter, you receive a guarantee. Remember, y'all learned it on this channel before that guarantees mean when you're signed to a promoter that they have a minimum and a maximum. Okay? Minimum and maximum. That's what
No,
guarantee means. Okay? So that might be big money. You might be right, big money. He's so accustomed to being the A side. But here's the great thing about it. B sides make a lot of money in this business. And I want to tell y'all something that might sound like a secret to most of you, and I'm going to say it right now. And I've said it previously on this channel. Do y'all know that opponents make more money than prospects? Did y'all know that? The B side make more money than A sides when they're coming up in the ranks? Did y'all know that?
no, I ain't know that.
Most of y'all didn't know that. And you heard
I
it
ain't know
first
that.
live in living color. You heard it first live in living color right here on the roller tape.
Hey,
segment of
Hey, let
Manager
me ask
Marty.
you something.
Yes, sir.
When you were saying, Carl Brown, are you talking about what I'm talking about? The when motherfuckers try to get me to send a message?
Yeah. That's what.
Cause I wasn't,
Yeah.
yeah, cause I wasn't on YouTube. I was on, but I wasn't on, cause I was like, I got my second daughter birthday coming up too. So, and plus my hands was full for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, so I wasn't really on the way I usually be on. But yeah, no, man, like I told, and me and you had this conversation before, and I was like, man, hash that out. Just off the fact that motherfuckers know I fucked with you hard body. Ain't no. I've been there from day one when you were just getting interviewed. You know what I mean? Like, and
Facts.
for I ain't gonna sugarcoat for Blue Blood to tell me to send Manager Marty a message. Like, it was no disrespect to him. My whole thing was, since when you ever have I ever came in Blue Blood? Have I ever came in your chat? Period. Have I ever came in your chat and told you anything Blue Blood said?
Nope, you never did it.
Never.
Not one time.
That's what, and that's why I'm like, because I ain't gonna be explaining myself to no grown man. I'm a grown man, and then you gonna wait till you see me. He gonna wait till I jump in the chat. I ain't even about to stay on that topic too long. That's it, corny. But look,
No, I just
he
wanted
wait.
to. Yeah. We ain't got to stay
Yeah,
on it long. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to let you know that you
right,
famous
right,
all of a sudden now.
right,
Yo,
right.
salute to my guy Sid. Thank you for your contribution, Sid. Salute. Sid said salute Marty. Smash that like, fam. Thank you so much, Sid. We got undercard boxing in the building. We also got
D-Town
somebody else
not coming
just
on.
huh?
D-Town not coming on.
Oh, I don't know if detail coming on, but I'm about to drop the link. Whoever want to come on, and I got my man, the boxing sources in here. Salute to undercard boxing and
Okay.
the boxing source. Yeah, somebody. Oh, Diggle detail. Oh, he was in the back. I ain't even family. I'm sorry, D. I ain't know my man D was back. My fault, D. I didn't know you was back there. My fault.
Salute, D-Town. Salute, brother.
What's good with you, man?
It's all good. You know how I had to pop in, family. I've been busy lately, so I say, let me see I see my brother on there, and I see the other family members up in the chat, and my other brother right here on the panel also. I said, let me jump in and say a couple of words and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, man. I just
Wow.
wanted to say. I just wanted to repeat myself on something because somebody in the chat said they didn't know that. Ohio Styles said he didn't know that, so I'm going to repeat it for the new listeners. All of you new viewers, listen carefully. I'm going to teach you something, and you can take this to the bank and run with it because it's a fact that most B-side competitors make more than the A-side prospects when they coming up in the rankings. B-side
I ain't
opponents
know
make
that.
more than the prospect. All right.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, yes, indeed. Sid coming on. See, Sid, you think you slick, Sid. You're going to pay me a couple dollars so I can get you on. I see what you're doing, Sid.
I'm just showing
Hey, Sid.
man. I'm just showing respect.
Hey,
I
What's
Sid,
good,
you
Sid?
man
you
house
know
without wiping your feet on the rug, man.
huh?
You gotta wipe your feet on the rug when I come in your house, man. I gotta wipe my feet on the rug.
No, you don't. Not here,
There
you
you
don't. We
go.
family, bruh. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
man. Good
Sid.
content deserves something.
Oh, I appreciate you. Let me tell you something, Sid. This is why I do my what we like to call our town watch check-in, because we all from different parts of the world, and we all have different walks of life, right, and different experiences. But we have one thing in common, and that's the love of the sport of boxing. So, with that being said, we don't always have to agree on everything. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Right.
So, salute to you, Sid. Thanks for joining the panel, my brother.
What's up, man? I see you over there in the white hat. I see you, man.
Family, man. Hey, no matter if you agree or not, we still family. I still love you, my brother.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. I'm
You
I'm I'm
know,
I'm I'm gonna lift you up. I ain't gonna bring you down.
Hey, I
Yeah.
tell you like this. Remember, we always got to keep truth out there. But like I said, no matter between me and you or Manager Martin or anybody else, brothers always, disagree and agree. But guess what? We brothers, and ain't nobody else gonna come between us either.
Hey, if you win,
Right.
the drink's on me. If I win, you get the tab. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're gonna celebrate no matter what, no matter
Yes,
who
sir.
wins. You know why? Because we family. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah.
But
All right,
yeah,
let's
what's
get back
good,
to some
Sid?
boxing, man. What's this up out here? Something about a Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin fight, man. That'll be a good fight right there.
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, yo, let me tell you something about Frank Martin, yo. Like, for real. Tell me if I'm lying. That Frank Martin, that, he ain't, that dude ain't nothing to mess with.
Oh man.
Like, I'm talking about for real. I'm talking about Frank Martin. That dude, his quickness in and out, and his accuracy on his punches, and his back on defense. Man, that boy, that's a bad boy.
Yeah.
And he got enough power to keep any last one of them off him.
Power in both hands.
Yeah, that's what. And the way he get in and out, the way he did that with that last fight, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That last fighter that he fought, that wasn't no easy picking.
But he
That
was a
wasn't no easy
technician in
picking.
that fight. He was a technician in that fight.
Oh man, and to find out that the guy cheated, you
It
know what I mean?
matters.
To find out that the guy was using the steroids, whatever, for him to the way he watched through him, that was that. Look, I said it. I ain't gonna front. I stand on what I say. I say when the smoke clears, I believe deep down in my heart that Tank Davis gonna be the one that gonna be standing there. I just think Tank Davis with his boxing ability and that crazy power that he got, and he touched everybody. I think when the smoke clear, Tank Davis gonna be the one standing there. But Frank Martin, that boy is different.
Hey
Yeah.
Sid, you think Shakur Stevenson can beat Devin Haney?
Yeah, I would go with Shakur in that one. I would.
I will.
I think
I
I
got
do.
Devin in that joint.
The
I think
only
but Shakur versus Frank Martin would be a more entertaining fight though than Devin Haney.
Frank Martin is different, man. Hold on, let me put this up.
So wait, so detail. Do you think that Shakur? Who you think will win out of that, Shakur or Devin?
I got Shakur all day.
I think I think I'll run with Devin. Uh, I want to see how Devin look in this fight with Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And after I see that, that'll let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if Devin Haney wins or lose, that would take him to the next level. But I want to see. I want to see what he do in the ring with Lomachenko.
I think he gonna watch Lomo.
Hey,
No, hey, look,
Lomachenko. I'm going for Devin, but you have to be careful with Lomachenko because the man, that dude know how to punch placement. I mean, this dude could crack. I mean, and we see Devin Haney wobbled, and we know that Lomachenko could come back in the second half of the fight. But Devin Haney, all he have to do is keep his composure, take it round by round, and if he listen to his daddy, he could win. That's what I see. But
Yeah.
he can't be careless because we see what happened in the fight. He got rocked. Not saying he gonna make the same mistake, but Lomachenko is on a higher level than the other opponents that Devin Haney fought.
Yeah,
now
that's
look.
true.
This how.
Let me get the super
Go ahead, go
stick
ahead,
in
go
the
ahead.
super chat real quick. All right. Marty Yoel, thank you. Salute. Thank you for making a contribution to the channel. As always, Marty, with your super sticker. Thank you. And then we got my guy, Ohio Style Lyrics, 513. Thank you for your contribution and salute to you, Ohio Style Lyrics. And Ohio Style says, appreciate you dropping this knowledge on this boxer. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Absolutely. I'm going to drop the knowledge. I have boxers all across the world that watch this channel, active boxers and boxers that are retired. I have professional judges, all kind of people that's in the sport of boxing that watch this channel and they love it. And I appreciate y'all support and viewership. And so, Carl, you was talking about who you thought was going to win between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. We're just having a conversation about it, you know.
My thing on that one, the reason why I think Shakur will beat because I don't think Devin got enough power off the move in boxing that the way Shakur do. Shakur got power. Like Devin got that power that like you got a constant that jab, something that's gonna aggravate you. But Shakur, I think Shakur really got like that knockout power off the move type. You know what I mean? And I think he got more. I just think that he better place his shots is better placement than Devin. Devin got a nice jab. And look, let me get back to that West caller with what's his name? Lomachenko. Now look, Lomachenko ain't not Devin if Devin thinks for a second that he about to go in here and just run through Loma, he got another. See, I think there's only one type of fighter that could beat a Lomachenko, and you got to be like the with Jermaine Ortiz that he just lost to. That type of fighter, somebody that gonna stay on you, not just a jab ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
A jab is not gonna do it. That ain't gonna play in Lomachenko's hands. Lomachenko, you gotta think about how he go up and down, like that right there. Going, and then one thing Devin do in every single fight, when he get to that 6 and 7 round, from then on, he leans to his right. Look, because Westcaller I thought Westcaller was gonna put him out. What's the damn, he just had a fight too. How was I forget this nigga name? Jojo Diaz. Now,
Jojo Diaz.
He started getting late into those rounds. Jojo Diaz started landing more his power shots on Devin Haney. And if you pay attention to every last one of Devin fights, I want to say like 6 and 7 rounds. And I don't like that he do it. He leans to that right. It's like that's his protection. That way you go to protect himself. But Lomachenko gonna pick up on that fast. Like we all know, you ain't gonna jab Lomachenko. You gotta to stop Lomachenko. You gotta be on him.
So Carl, if Devin Haney slipped to his right like he does habitually, wouldn't that mean that he would be in the sights of the left hand? Because Lomachenko's a southpaw, straight left, right down the middle, right?
The power hand. Yep. The one. Now look. Now imagine him touching Devin, because he gonna eat Devin body up. He gonna take advantage of all that body right there. He gonna take advantage of that. He gonna be touching that body. And then once Lomachenko start doing that little dance thing that he do, you know that once he get his groove, like once Loma do, if Devin let Loma get in that groove, look, call me crazy, but I ain't too far off by saying that Loma might could get a stopping. I'm not too far off.
Wow.
And I'm just saying because
I don't know about that.
And look, I said it.
Devin Haney. Shit, Devin Haney might knock him out.
See, Devin don't throw enough punches for Lomachenko. But that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but from the Loma that I see, it's hard to beat a guy if you just going to jab and trying to jab. You can't do that with nobody, a technician. And then right? Loma used all his angles. In order to stop Loma, like Teofimo Lopez, he was on him. Jermaine Ortiz was on him. Like, you know what I mean? That type of fighter could do more damage to Lomachenko. But if you want to sit back and just try to get a jab off, that's not gonna work with Loma.
So there's a question on the screen. I'll let you start, D-Town. Salute to my guy Toon. Another contribution to the channel. Thank you, Toon. Toon says, "What will Haney do when the jab and clinch fails?" I'll let you start it off, D-Town, and then Sid, and then Carl. What will Haney do when the jab and clinch fails?
Well, I mean, jab is actually one of the number one punches that people use. So, I mean, we have to see, because I'm sure that Devin Haney and his team they studied Lomachenko, and people have to realize that I believe that Devin Haney is actually taller and his reach is longer than Lomachenko. So I mean, Lomachenko will have to slip to the side or whatever, get past Devin Haney's jab, and if he comes in, and try to throw a looping punch and miss, then Devin Haney has, opportunity to catch him. So I mean, we got to see. I don't know. Cause we saying what happened if Devin Haney jab and the clinch don't work, but then we don't know about Lomachenko. What about if he tries to reach in and get caught? I mean, I don't know. We got to look at it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see what they have. I mean, because I'm sure Devin Haney has more than a jab. I mean, a lot of Earl Spence use a jab. Crawford use a jab. I mean, Deontay Wilder use a jab. I mean, jab is one of the number one punches out there. So, I mean, I ain't never seen nobody keep throwing a jab and missing all their jabs. Lomachenko have to get past the jab to get in to land something. So, I mean, what is he going to do? He going to maneuver around the jab and catch him? I mean, he can, but if knowing that his arms are shorter, he have to get past Devin Haney jab, and Devin Haney know this. So the question is, what will happen if the jab and the clinching don't work? He better have a plan B. Put it that way.
All right. Well, my take on it, what'll happen if that don't work is sometimes low power can be a weapon you can use against your opponent, because Tank has been known to let you hit him to get his shot off because he know he got more power than you. So when they get into that clinch, Devin Haney is the winner in the clinch. So it ain't no, because Lomo doesn't have enough power to hurt him. That's why I was saying, if you throw a hard hitter in there like Frank Martin or Shakur Stevenson, now you got a battle. But once they clinch, if they in their boxing, Devin Haney is going to win that dog fight. He got too much dog in him for Lomo. So if the jab stop working, I don't think Lomo can go into a clinch with Devin Haney.
What you got, Carl?
Wait, start up.
Carl, can
The
you
last
hear me?
thing I heard what he said, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
You can hear me? All
Yeah,
right,
you
look.
good. You good.
This my thing about the if the jab and the clinching don't work, then I can see Devin making Lomachenko come to him, being the fact that he got the longer arm
and the more
so,
power.
I can't even say about the more power because Lomachenko got some pop. You know what I mean? But I can see Devin got to switch it up and make Lomachenko come to him and run into some shots. Now that's I think that's how he should fight him. Because with Lomachenko being so slippery, like it's just D-Town. I meant to say something. I didn't want to cut you off when you said about everybody got a jab. Devin jab ain't like a Earl Spence jab, and Terrence Crawford jab ain't like a Earl Spence jab. Devin got he don't got a snap jab. He don't got a snappy jab. He got like one of them, let me push this out there jab. He always measuring. That's why I say if the clinching in the jab don't work, I think Devin is skilled enough to make him come in and be countering and catching him like on the far end. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
what I was saying was, I wasn't saying like they jabs are the same any kind of way. I was just saying that most fighters use a jab first. You know what I'm saying? I don't see fighters come in and just start throwing hooks and everything like you just a wild fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you talk for the boxing, you talk that your jab is one of your primary punches. So I was just saying that a lot of the fighters use their jab. Now I'm not saying that they use it all the same with the speed or the quality. I mean, the quantity of jabs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that in the fundamentals, you know what I'm saying, of boxing, they try to, they try to teach you to throw your jab and to use your jab and do things off of your jab. That's what I was saying. I'm not saying that they're saying in any kind of way. I'm just saying that Devin Haney has a jab, Lomachenko has a jab. Everybody has a jab. So that's what I was saying when I was talking about the jab.
Right. Yeah, I was just trying to, my bad. I was just saying, like, like, I wasn't saying you wrong about anything. No, I was just saying, like, because Devin jab, I don't think is enough to come forward the way he did with the other guy. I don't think that was that same type of would work with Loma. Loma, he's more slippery. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got Windy City. Windy City in the building. He's on a panel. What's up, Windy City?
Salute to the chat. Salute to you, Manager Marty. D-Town Boxing. I don't know who other fellas up here, but what's up with y'all?
My name is Carl Brown.
Alright, Mr. Brown. I gotta call you Mr. Better Respect. But yeah, I wanted to get up. I had a thing with this jab. Now I'm a Devin Haney supporter, but I'm not a big fan. Because of the hype, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying he hype, but what all his fans do. Um, his jab is on point. You can't take that away from him. He got a snapping jab, and I ain't seen nobody run through it. It is a snapping jab. It may not be a thudding jab, but it's a snapping jab. And I ain't seen nobody walk through it. When he use it, when he apply it, it's very fast. It's very quick. It whips. He got good footwork. Like he does roll to his right and bend to his right a lot, which catches him with the left hook or the straight right. If you throw it over there to that side. But other than that, yeah, his jab, yeah, his jab is perfection. I ain't got no problem with that. And it ain't like, it's not like Earls or Crawford or anything. It's just fast, it's whipping, and it's a snapping jab. And it is gonna push Loma back because if you think about it, T.O. used his jab and pushed Loma back. And T.O. jab is not efficient as Haney jab. And that could be up for debate, but from what I see, T.O. barely uses his jab like that. And Haney uses his jab all the time. And Haney can't push Loma back, and Loma does not do well on the back foot. He does not do well on the back foot at all. Anytime Jermaine Ortiz, Lopez, anybody went straight towards him and put him on the back foot, he was not able to respond with any counters. All he could do was move. Keep Loma on his back foot, he can't do nothing else.
It is.
Yeah, very well stated, man. I think that Devin Haney with that I think he got a 4.5 or 5.5 inch reach advantage over Loma. So the only person that's going to be, the only person that should be clinching in this fight is Lomachenko. Now, if he's getting hit too many times off the jab, if Devin shoot that jab and come back with the right hand, go to the body and just keep pivoting. But Lomachenko has great footwork, but I think
Yes,
he slowed down a bit because he is 35 years old or something like that, 36 or whatever he is. And so the jab is definitely going to be the neutralizer um, in this fight, I think. And Devin Haney's going to win it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I can see it, but I ain't counting Loma out.
I mean, look at Jermaine Ortiz did, and to me, Jermaine Ortiz doesn't have quite. He has the same skill set as Devin Haney, but not on that level. Like that, I say Devin Haney is a level or two above Jermaine Ortiz, and look what Jermaine Ortiz was able to do. In my opinion, he won that fight. He rattled off 7 straight rounds. It may have been a swing round in between the first, but in my opinion, he rattled off 7 straight rounds. He just got fatigued at the end, which the optics made him look like Loma was doing more than he was, and he really wasn't.
Yeah, I hear a few people in the chat saying that you can't count Lomachenko out. So let's not count him out. And I'm not saying anybody on this panel is counting him out.
No, I'm not
But
counting him out.
but but let's hypothetically say that Lomachenko is not being counted out and he actually wins this fight. Sid, This is um, Devin Haney's last fight because he signed a 3-fight deal with Top Rank. This is his last fight under the Top Rank promotional banner. Not saying he won't be able to go back and do business with them, but my point is, if he loses this fight and Lomachenko win, what's next for Devin Haney?
140.
He'll have to drop down. That's what I'm saying. He'll either run into one of the lower fighters, because we would have to ask, where's Lomachenko gonna go? Who he gonna fight next? Then that's gonna line up Devin Haney. If Lomo fights if Lomo fights Shakur, then Frank Martin or one of the other guys will probably get a shot. Or either if he fights Frank Martin, then he's gonna be facing Shakur, because and then you got Tank still out there. So he'll have a variety of ways to go, but it's not gonna be an easy road.
Bob ain't gonna put Loma in there with Shakur right now. He will put him in there with Tank because that's the big money.
But I do agree with old boy, and he said Lomo gonna be fighting off the back foot, so we're gonna have to see how he do, because Devin gonna come at him because he big.
But is it safe to say, that Loma still probably got enough power to make
Do we get more than Linares?
Devin like not do that walk, not try to walk him down? Do we think? Do anybody in here think? I mean, I think he do, and I ain't even no big fan of him. I just think this matchup right here is this is a good matchup. A lot of people don't see it, but this is a good matchup.
It is.
This is a good matchup.
If and we all see Loma definitely got the skills, but if Loma don't got no power to make Devin say whoa, or you know what, I gotta show this guy a little bit more respect. If Loma ain't got no power, then Devin gonna do what he wanna do.
That's right. And he coming out, he gonna have to be throwing hard shots off the back foot to try to make Devin walk into some. I don't think he got this. He gonna have to be throwing to stop Devin, because Devin coming at him.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, Devin gonna try that. He's starting off from the rip coming at him. That's
right. That's true. I agree with that, and he should. He definitely should. Hey, D-Town, if Lomachenko win this
everybody
fight,
can give him his prop.
You
So
said
everybody give him
what?
his prop for this win. That's why he brought up.
The question is, what's next for Haney?
yeah, I wanted to know. Right. So I'm gonna start with I started with Sid. Now I'm gonna jump to D-Town. If Lomachenko win this fight, what's next for Devin Haney, since he's not gonna be signed with Top Rank anymore? What's next for Haney if he lose this fight with Tio, man? Excuse me, if he lose this fight against Lomachenko.
I think a lot of the fighters would like to have Devin Haney on their resume.
Yeah.
So by him being undisputed, fought Lomachenko. I mean, they might try to gauge this, what I'm saying, with other things. I'm not saying that it's maybe proper or right to gauge, but just knowing that I fought a guy who was undisputed. We seen what Devin Haney did in the fight with Lomachenko, even if he lost. So we know this man was in there with Lomachenko. He was undisputed. I mean, who wouldn't want me on their resume? I would, you know what I'm saying? Just to say I fought him, and try to gauge myself with him, to try to get myself a little bit higher. So I think the sky's the limit, no matter if he win or lose.
Right. Well, because I don't know if there's a reason. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, actually, because I never got to answer that. My bad. I jumped on a whole different topic. Like, actually, if Devin lose, that make the remember. I mean, I know Tank probably ain't say. No, Tank did say it. A lot of them, Tank and Ryan said that the belts really don't matter just because of their fame. So that would make Devin Haney and Tank Davis, or the winner out of Tank Davis and Ryan, fight a little bit more bigger. Even though with him winning, that's before undisputed. Yeah, but being the fact that Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia, they really ain't they big off without the belt. So if Tank Davis, or let's say Devin Haney lose. That's big. That's still a big fight for him. That fight. It don't get bigger, no, because the belts, we all want to see undisputed, yeah. But that fight still got it's staying there. It's that's still gonna be a big fight. So win or lose, I think if he fight the winner out of Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, that's another big fight.
Hey,
But I
hey,
think he should
Windy
go
City.
forward.
Hey, Windy City. So my question to you is, if Lomachenko wins, what's next for Devin Haney? Where he go from there?
140. He don't get to fight with Tank. 140. He might get a 140 tough fight with Tank, but not too time soon. Not no time soon. Sandor Martin. Uh, somebody of that caliber at 140. Because I don't see him starting over trying to do it again at 135 with his weight problem. For him looking like the Thriller when he's trying to get his. There's no shot, but that's what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? That looks bad. Yeah, I don't see him for nothing trying to regain all that back. He don't have the time to. He's growing out of that weight class rapidly. Um, I know he's putting his body through a lot of stress. If somebody of that caliber at 140, he's not gonna move up straight to the champion.
He's so stupid. This dude crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. But nah, I don't see it. That's what I do. That's what my take on it.
Oh, Ramadan.
Yo, what y'all think about this fight right here? How y'all think Anthony Joshua gonna come out this week?
Oh, I got Derek James by knockout.
Before,
Oh,
hold on, let me get the super chat real quick. We gonna cook on that. This is Toon once again. Thank you for your contribution again, Toon. Toon says, if Loma wins, will Ramadan be an excuse for David Haney's fans? Hold on for a minute. Toon, I know you want to contribute to the channel. I appreciate it. Let me just say this as a disclaimer. I don't get involved with religion on the channel because it can be offensive to other people. I think
right.
everybody should have a right to their religion. I don't know too much about Devin Haney. I never met him personally. I don't know about his issue with Ramadan, or if he's not acquiescing to his religious practices, because that's not my religion. So I don't want to speak on someone else's religion without my knowledge and just stuff like that. So I appreciate your question. I don't want the panel to get involved in this because let's just hypothetically say it is his excuse. It ain't gonna matter if he lose. I mean, bottom line is if he lose, he lose. There ain't no excuses in boxing. You lose, you lose. You win, you win. And speaking of lose, lose, win, win, back to Carl Brown's point that said Joshua. If Windy City, I couldn't hear what you said about the Joshua uh, Franklin fight. What did you say?
Oh, I said Derek James by knockout.
Yep, I got the same thing. What you got, Carl, on that Joshua fight?
I got Joshua coming out making a statement. I'm talking about it's gonna be an early night. Good thing they got a lot of fights on that card because I think Joshua gonna come out and if he learned what I think he learned, like that being in your face and know how to block shots and because he athletic enough to you know parry a shot and just come back. Like he wasn't playing when he said Derrick James said put some dick on that motherfucking right hand. Like and you gotta think about it. His uppercut right hook that's devastating for any dude in the heavyweight. And I think he's gonna do that. He's gonna put pressure on him, and he gonna make it an early night. He not going. This ain't going 12 rounds. I wouldn't even see it going five. Is been pushing it. Fourth round, I got old boy getting hurt. and 5th round, he get him up out of there.
Okay. What you got? What you got on that D-Town? And after D-Town Sid, you got it. What you think about that Anthony Joshua fight tomorrow night?
I think Anthony Joshua will beat that opponent, should beat that opponent, even if Derrick James wasn't a trainer. But I believe that the knowledge that Derrick James is giving to Anthony Joshua, if he is willing to go out in that ring and do it, listen to it and do it, and find out who he really is, and convince himself that he's still that man, no matter if he lost. I think he'll go in there and add to his arsenal what Derrick James gave him to look impressive.
Yeah, I agree. We all talking about Derrick James' program. Derrick James trains fighters to fight 12 grueling rounds, and I'm going to Anthony Joshua on this. If Derrick James did with Anthony Joshua what he did with Spence and the Charlo brothers, it's probably going to be a short night for somebody.
Yeah, that's a very good thing, but there's a flip side to the coin, and I have to acknowledge it because if somebody in the chat doesn't, I will. And that is this: when a fighter is with a new trainer, sometimes it doesn't translate into a win or an impressive knockout when it's their first time connecting with a trainer. So I said all that to say, if we don't see a knockout by Joshua, I don't, and he wins, I don't think we should be disappointed because this is his first fight with a new trainer. And sometimes when a fighter attaches themselves with a new trainer, uh, fans will have expectations that are a little bit unrealistic, thinking that fighter is going to, do a 180-degree turn. Also, as we all know in boxing, you can't teach heart. So if
Right.
Jermaine comes out and try to press Joshua, and try to take his heart, and if Joshua show that he don't have heart like he did in them other fights that he lost, then it's going to be a problem. But I think that Joshua is going to come out, make a big statement, and I believe that he's just going to come out. He might start off a little slow, but I think he's going to walk Franklin down because he has better skill set, in my opinion, than Franklin. And then he's just going to get him out of there. At least that's what he should do, because I think looking at both fighters and how they compete, Joshua should get the win, and he should get it impressively. My personal opinion.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Anthony Joshua? I can't. Well, we can't imagine it because, like you said, it's too early getting with a new trainer. But can you imagine Anthony Joshua really putting that high guard on with his power, his skills, his athleticism, walking Franklin down? That would be a brutal knockout. Like if he really tighten up and use his size, and let me take not take a couple shots. That walk down high guard and just use his because he athletic. That dude is athletic for a big dude, and parry some shots off and just come on, boom, 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 or hit him to the body, boom. I agree with everybody that said it's gonna be an early night, but I think it could be even brutal if he, like you said, come out and show that heart. Like, look, not just any boxer could do this to me. Because it was, you know what I mean? That I think he's gonna come. I really believe that he's gonna make a big statement. Like, and he's gonna jump around that ring. He's gonna go crazy. I think he's gonna be brutal.
So
I think
go ahead, detail. You got it.
I think that Joshua changing his environment and actually getting with a trainer who's gonna tell him what he need to know, not something that just make him feel good. Because Derrick James don't have no real ties to Anthony Joshua. Derrick James, is not no yes man. Derrick James is going to put him through the same grueling training methods that he put Frank Martin, Earl Spence, Charlo, and whoever else. You're gonna be in there sweating. I mean, you in the gym with other champions. Not saying that Anthony Joshua's not in the gym with other champions over there where he's at, but they built themselves around Anthony Joshua. Over here with Derrick James, ain't nobody building themselves around Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, you need to come in as a student, just like everybody else, and learn. So if you want to learn, it's just like boot camp. You're gonna have to go through it like everybody else. It's not that my daddy is the general and I'm gonna show slack and mercy on him. No, you gonna come in here just like the buck private that everybody else is, and you gonna learn and you gonna train. And I think that might help Anthony Joshua to really go out and do what he needs to do. But it's still up to Anthony Joshua if he go out there and do what he needs to do. It's not Derrick James. All Derrick James can do is give him the answers, and it's up to Anthony Joshua to apply it.
Right. I like that. You sound like a coach on D-Town. You sound like a coach. Anthony Joshua, listen to you. He gonna go out there and win.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about, man. That's definitely what it's all about. And we shall see. So, one more question before we wrap it up. So, what happens if Jermaine comes in there, pulls off the upset, and
Mm,
Joshua loses? Where do
mm,
Joshua go from here, if he even goes anywhere? What's next for him?
mm.
That's
I'll,
it.
I guess I'll
That,
start with Windy City. I'll start with Windy City, and then Sid, and then Carl, and then D-Town. Where does Joshua go from here if he loses and Jermaine pull off the upset?
Go start a Boys and Girls Club. You ain't never never no more. Go ahead and go start teaching. Go pay it forward.
oh man.
Or you're gonna get yourself hurt. This is the hurt business, and you keep on playing around with these career uh fighters. I mean, he is too, but at the same time, well, no, he what's a good what when did Joshua start? About 18? But anyway,
Mm.
yeah, he just need to start the Boys and Girls Club. It's over with, man. He'll never get back to that top level, and quite frankly, he won't be getting paid like he used to. So that's what I got.
I want to say something too, also that it's kind of impressive to see that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua decided to fly from the UK to the US to allow Derrick James to train them. That means that everything they tried did not work. That means that they actually had to take methods that they probably didn't want to do and explore out further than what they felt like they needed to do and go over to Derrick James to because they see the kind of trainer that Derrick James is. And I never thought that they would look at Derrick James, to train Anthony Joshua. They felt like Anthony Joshua was on top. They felt like Anthony Joshua was that guy. We just go build around him, or we just go give him this trainer, this trainer. They felt like at this point in Anthony Joshua's career that they had to do the unthinkable to go over to Derrick James and allow Derrick James, a trainer from Texas or whatever good trainer, to put Anthony Joshua back on the market. I mean, that just speaks volumes just right there.
Mm.
Yeah, I totally
Right.
agree with that. I think if this right here gonna be the last shot, if he not, it's time to go ahead and commentate. Because he done this here, you done been putting a group with winning fighters. You done putting that group of one of the best coaches. He got fighters, two of them, almost two of them undisputed, and all of them got belts. So if he don't make it here, he gonna have to go ahead and take a seat, get a good suit, commentate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with everybody. If yeah, Anthony got like even it's not even it's not even funny. Like if he lose this one, I don't care if it's by split decision, but I don't care how. If he lose this one, man, even if he win by split decision, then we all can say, like you said, Manager Marty, he he it's his first time training with Derrick James. So, that right there, a win, any type of win will be all right now. But if he lose, yeah, man, he gotta go get some Roman noodles. Yeah, he got, he, yeah, he got, he, yeah. he got to go to the house and start cooking out the microwave again. Ain't nobody. Yeah, he done.
But if you listen to Derrick James in that interview when they interviewed him, he said that Anthony Joshua have to go in there and find out who he is. So he letting the world know that I'm doing my part. Anthony Joshua have to do his part. So if he lose, don't look at me because I did what I need to do. It's up to Anthony Joshua. But then my question to all of y'all: if Anthony Joshua win, will he keep Derrick James or will he go back to the UK, back to what he was doing at first?
I think he'll keep him. The reason why I think he'll keep him just off his words itself. Like he didn't even know that it was champions out there that train the way that he sees Jamel Charlo and Earl Spence and them train. So he see that it's that Derrick James got to be doing something right. Like he was shocked. He said when he seen them training the way they train, and what he say he turned around and seen Earl do four. What he say? How many rounds? 14
11,
rounds or something like that.
11.
11, and then turned around and did 11 more. And that right there, that's to motivate anybody. Now, if like you just said, if he lose this, that's all on him. That he can't even point the finger nowhere. You know what I mean? You in the gym with a whole bunch of gym rats, undefeated
Monster.
dog like
Dog.
monsters. Like come on, like you really you in there with them type of dudes, and if you don't show up and show out, but you know what that is gonna do if he win. That's if he win the way I think he's gonna win. Boy, I'm talking about he calling everybody out. I I, I can see him calling everybody out. If he get that win the way I think he's gonna get that win, he gonna have to fool in that ring.
But you know what else that's gonna do? That's gonna put Derrick James, make him a high item too, because now fighters are gonna watch how Joshua performs, and if he gets a
Mm,
brutal knockout,
mm.
coach of the year again.
Yeah, I can see the. I'm telling y'all think I'm playing. I can see it. And Franklin, don't get it messed up. Franklin, I think what I mean. He all game, but you got look at what Anthony Joshua did to White, and look at they fight. That was a see Anthony Joshua hit hard. Anthony Joshua hit, and not just he hit, and everybody was saying it over the years too. Like if Anthony Joshua had the a good coach behind him and somebody that made him go back to the basics, Anthony Joshua will probably be the best heavyweight out there because he's too athletic, big, and strong. And all you got to do is listen. Stop. I think somebody said it earlier. Stop being scared, because that's exactly how he fought Usyk. He was once he started getting touched, he stopped believing in certain in his abilities. You know what I mean? So I got him. He can't lose this fight, and I ain't never been no big fan of him. I ain't going front. The reason why I'm really messing with him now because I'm like, you know what? He he over there with Derrick James. There's no way he can just not win this fight. This is I don't no, especially if he's listening. I think Derrick James is the best thing since sliced bread for real. And I see him. Like I said, I ain't giving it past no more than 6 rounds. I'm giving it 5 rounds, and I think he's gonna hurt Franklin in the 4th round. At the end of it, Franklin ain't gonna be able to recover enough, and it's gonna be nasty. I think it's gonna be a nasty knockout.
I think
We
Derrick
should.
James. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead, bro.
I said that Derrick James gonna have to start turning down fighters. He gonna have to hire manager Marty to help him.
Word,
Yeah.
word.
Hey, man, listen. It's going to be. It's going to be what it's supposed to be because You know Franklin gonna go in there and do what they gonna pay him to do. And if AJ don't gas out, and if AJ don't throw all his bombs and don't get him out of there early, he might be in
Right.
trouble if Franklin can stand up under all of that and walk him down. But we shall see. My phone is decreasing in power exponentially. So um, I'm going I'm going to have to try to preserve some battery life.
Word. But let me ask you something one more thing, Manager Marty. Manager Marty, you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, look. This is another topic. I just wanted to ask you this one thing. Do do you? I agree. I ain't even trying to hold you. Did you hear Frank Martin speak on Keyshawn Davis when he said, and it's true, when he said if he beat Keyshawn Davis now, what what do he get out of it? Because it's already a built-in excuse. And Keyshawn Davis smart by keep screaming out, "I'm only 7-0. I'm only 7-0." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, listen. It's I always tell people this in boxing and in life, but particularly in boxing. It's not just about time. It's always about timing also.
Right.
So a fighter might think it's the right time to fight another fighter, but if the timing is not right, then the time is null and void. I think those two young men, they still have enough time because the timing
Right.
is not right for them to fight like right now. They can continue to build their resumes up. Um, you know, listen, you seen what happened to that kid. What's his name that looked like Muhammad Ali? What's his name?
Oh, the Rivera.
Huh?
Michael Rivera.
The Michael
Rivera.
Rivera.
There you
Yeah.
go. Rivera. You seen what happened to him. And they were
Yeah.
two undefeated. Both of them were undefeated. You know what I mean? So it might not be the timing yet,
But that
you
was a
know.
whooping.
But we'll see though. I mean that's gonna be a good fight no matter what time that happens. That's gonna be a really, really interesting fight. Um,
But it's gonna take a lot. It gonna take more than Keystone Davis gonna have to show us something before he think about. Because Frank Martin really is different. Like y'all, you man, you go look at that dude. That dude is different. He can walk you down. He can fight on the back foot. He can fight coming forward. He go side to side. He go angles, and then he got power behind all that. That's why I said Frank Martin is. That's a problem. That's a problem. A lot of people probably ain't look at it, and a lot of people probably think I'm saying this because of because I rock with Earl Spence. Nah, that dude is just a problem. I'm when he called Tank Davis out, I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad on everything. I was like, yo, he not too far off. And if his power is real, and that step back, that's them step back to be doing the angles and punching on the angles and up and down body shots, head shots, and then he land a big. Oh man, that dude different.
yeah, man, we shall see. Carl, since you was on it, give us 30 seconds, your last words on the channel. Then we'll have my guy
Well,
Sid give his last 30, and then we'll have my guy Windy City with his last 30. So starting with you, Carl, give us your last 30 seconds, my brother, before
look,
we close this thing out.
it's always good chopping it with y'all, man. Real, and I like the fact that we got a lot of mixes. Like Sid, you know what I mean. I know you're a Bud Crawford fan, man. You know what I mean. But hope to catch up with y'all another time. And you know what I mean. Like like everybody say, not just we all family. You know what I mean. We boxing heads. That's what we is. You know what I mean. And I'll catch y'all next time, man. I'm always around. You know what I mean. So y'all have a good night and enjoy y'all weekend.
Appreciate you, Carl, for coming through. Hey Sid, come on, give us your last 30 seconds, brother. It's on you. I think you on mute, Sid. I think your mic on mute.
Oh, all right. I'm good now. I'm good now. I was saying, stay in touch on the channel, man. So if we do get that Bud and EJ fight, we get a table together or something, man, and chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, man. It's more to check you later, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming on, my man.
All right.
Oh man, all this time I'm talking, I ain't have no. Yeah. Mr. Vegas say I'm wasting my breath. Thank you. See, that's why you need women around. Sometimes you need women around to help you out. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. Again, so I was saying that my battery power is decreasing exponentially. So I'm gonna get on up out of here. There's a possibility that I might go on to the live stream tomorrow night and provide some boxing commentary for the Joshua fight. Not really sure. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. If not, tune back in here live again on the Road to Tape podcast with Manager Marty, live right here on Tuesday evening. I look forward to seeing you all. Thank you for everyone that was in the chat engaging. Thank you to everyone that was on the panel tonight. Thank you to everyone that viewed this podcast or live broadcast, and thank you to everyone that contributed to the channel. Manager Marty, y'all know what I'm gonna say. Don't take my word for it. Right. Roll the tape. Right. See y'all again on Tuesday evening. Salute.